Hello, I am Cansu Canca. I'm the founder and director of AI Ethics Lab. In this short video, I will show you our toolbox, the dynamics of AI principles, its various functions, and the reasons and logic behind them. In the past 5 years, more than 100 sets of AI principles have been published around the world. When this search started, I realized we need a tool to help navigate and make sense of these increasing numbers of documents for AI principles. So with my team at AI Ethics Lab, we start building our toolbox. Now, let me get off the screen and take you to our toolbox. The Dynamics of AI Principles contains two main tools. The first tool is a map to explore the existing AI principles across space, time, and content. It comes with connected tools for comparison and analysis. The second tool is what we call the box. This tool helps you apply these principles. Let's start with the map. The map contains all existing documents for AI principles and is continuously updated. By hovering on a pin, you can access the short summaries we created for each document and the links to the original. Different pin icons indicate different organization types. With the checkbox here, you can sort the documents by organization type. The timeline function lets you explore the development of these documents over time. And the heat map visualizes the geographical density of the documents. Using the slider, you can also view an alphabetical list of the documents. To explore the differences and commonalities among these documents, we added a compare function. You can compare the main points of documents side by side here, and you can do that for up to 4 documents. Looking into these documents revealed a problem. A conceptual error that we first need to tackle in order to analyze and operationalize these AI principles further. Almost all of the documents mix two different types of principles, core principles and instrumental principles. I explained this distinction and its implications for practice in my article Operationalizing AI Ethics Principles, published in the Communications of the ACM. In a nutshell, core principles are intrinsically valuable, whereas instrumental principles are valuable because of their function to protect and promote these core principles. This distinction affects how we put them in practice. We categorized each principle in every document under 4 core principles: autonomy, do no harm, benefit, and justice. These are the most widely used principles in practical ethics. With this categorization, we could now add a tool to compare different organizations and regions. It turns out that there is a remarkable consistency across organizations and regions in their emphasis of core principles. Until here, our focus was on exploring the existing AI principles. Now let's turn to our second main tool, which aims to help you apply these principles in practice, the box. The box is sort of a checklist of ethical considerations, but it does more than that. It is organized by the same core principles just mentioned, but it combines do no harm and benefit as it is commonly done in applied ethics. When you expand these core principles, you get a list of instrumental principles. These instrumental principles are positioned next to the core principle that they are most closely linked to. So for example, privacy here is next to autonomy because its main function is about protecting and promoting individual autonomy. For guidance on each instrumental principle's meaning, just click the How to Use button here. Using the box, you can get an initial assessment of any product or project. Start by rating it on each instrumental principle using options from none to high, non-applicable, and not yet rated. This will show you which core principles are at risk and which instrumental principles can be used to mitigate this risk. It also reveals when the conflict is among the core principles and requires a deeper ethics analysis. For example, not having consent for data use might pose a risk for individual autonomy, but this risk could be eliminated by strengthening privacy measures. The ethical point is that privacy or consent are not goals by themselves. They are instrumental to ensure autonomy. If autonomy cannot be ensured without violating another core principle, like minimizing harm, then we are facing a hard ethical question. The box helps you ask the right questions and identifying the kind and severity of the ethical issues. By doing that, it helps you determine how to go about solving them. It is also meant to help organizations craft an operable set of AI principles. We have a guide for the dynamics of AI principles and a manual for the box, which is also accessible from the box's own page. You can find more information and use cases in these guides. Our toolbox is a living instrument. We update the map and our analysis periodically, and we expect that the box will grow and evolve according to the needs of the practitioners and in line with the conceptual work in this area. We hope that you find the dynamics of AI principles useful for your work, and please do not hesitate to contact us.